Donald Trump, Path to Presidency and Global Leadership. Hey everyone, today we're diving into the fascinating journey of Donald Trump from his unexpected rise to the presidency to discussions about a potential new world order. Buckle up because we'll explore who's on his side, who's skeptical, and what the next 4 years might look like under his leadership. Let's get started. So let's rewind a bit. Trump's political career kicked off in 2015 when he decided to trade in his business suits for a campaign hat. Yep, he declared he was running for president, and honestly, many people were taken aback by that bold move. But it turned out to be just the beginning of an amazing political saga. During his 2016 campaign, Trump tapped into something that really resonated with many Americans. His rallies were packed, his tweets were fired up, and he spoke directly to the frustrations of everyday folks. He framed himself as the outsider who was ready to shake things up. His unique style, filled with catchy slogans like "Make America Great Again," created a powerful movement that swept him into the White House. And let's not forget about the election itself. While he didn't win the popular vote, he certainly conquered the Electoral College, showcasing just how divided the country had become. It was a huge turning point that illustrated both the challenges and opportunities of American politics. Now, what about this idea of a new world order? It's a pretty loaded term, but essentially it signifies a shift in global political power and structures. Trump's version leans heavily on nationalism, has made it clear that he believes in putting America first, which means prioritizing U.S. interests over global commitments. This notion plays into a broader debate between nationalism and globalism, where some people view world cooperation as essential, and others feel it compromises national sovereignty. Trump has definitely pushed for a reevaluation of international agreements, insisting that the U.S. should take a stand for its own interests. Let's talk about Trump's allies. From his own party, much of the Republican Party has rallied behind him, seeing him as a figure who revitalizes their base and brings in significant donor support. He's also forged connections with international leaders from various countries who share a similar vision, looking to reinvigorate nationalist sentiment. There is a grassroots level of support, too. Supporters often include everyday Americans who feel overlooked and are drawn to his direct, no-nonsense approach. This coalition is what helped him gain traction and maintain a solid base of followers. But not everyone is on board with Trump. The opposition is pretty vocal, especially from the Democratic Party, who see his leadership as divisive. Within the GOP, there are also a few dissenters who voiced concerns about his policies and approach. And of course, the media doesn't shy away from critiquing his every move, often amplifying the doubts surrounding his leadership. Public perception is a mixed bag. Some people strongly support him, while others vehemently oppose him. This internal and external conflict is definitely part of the political landscape right now. So what can we expect in the next 4 years if Trump returns to office? A few things stand out. First up is economic policy, where he's likely to continue pushing for tax reforms and trade deals that resonate with his base. The economy could be a focal point balancing growth while addressing concerns about potential recessions. When it comes to foreign policy, expect him to maintain a strong stance on issues involving China, Russia, and NATO. He's not shy about redefining America's role on the global stage, which could lead to both tensions and strategic alliances. Domestic policies could also heat up. We might see intensified debates over immigration and law enforcement, as well as reforms in healthcare and education. Policies can excite or infuriate folks, so keep your ears open. All right, let's consider a few potential outcomes. In an optimistic scenario, if his policies drive economic success, we might see an uptick in popularity and support. People could feel like their voices were finally being heard. On the flip side, a pessimistic outcome could spell increased division and unrest if his leadership leads to further polarization. The middle ground? It's likely we'll see a mix of successes and hardships, navigating the challenges posed by an ever-evolving political landscape. So what does all this mean? Trump's potential return to power could dramatically alter the course of both American and global politics. Through all the debate and discussion, one thing is clear: his leadership style and policies